Chapter 2 Gremmy's Magic. Gremmy the Gremlin spread his tiny wings and turned to face all the figures on the whatnot shelf. He waved his hands at them, and one by one the little wooden figures began to come alive. Shaking a long finger at the whatnot animals, the little goblin said, "Why do you sit here on this shelf day after day? Why don't you jump off and see the world? Come here, and I will show you the world." When the animals had come to the edge of the shelf, Gremmy pointed to the big globe below and said, "There is the big, wonderful world. You can go to any country you wish. You can see many wonderful things. Who will be the first to jump?" "Why don't you go first?" asked Greenback, the frog. "I have been around the whole world. Now I want others to see what I have seen," answered Gremmy. "Who will jump first?" "It is too far for me to jump," said Sniff, the bear. "I am too little to jump so far," cried Bunny Boy, the flop-eared rabbit. "I'm afraid I would not like the place where I might land," said the spotted fawn. "You do not seem to understand." "I have magic," replied Gremmy the Gremlin. "I have only to say a secret word, and what now seems far away will seem very near. With one magic word, I can make anyone or anything as tiny as I wish. With another magic word, I can make things become bigger and bigger." "But you cannot make me land in a good, safe place," said the fawn. "Oh, yes, I can," replied Gremmy. He took a little gold ring off his finger. Holding it up for all to see, he said, "This is a wonder ring. When I rub the wonder ring, I can make all kinds of magic. I can even send you to a beautiful wonder land." All the whatnot animals were very excited about the wonder ring. They crowded around Gremmy to see the magic gold band. Even the sleepy old pelican, with his mouth wide open in a big yawn, blinked his eyes at the sight of the magic ring. Dipsy Duck said to Gremmy, "Please, let me touch the wonder ring." But Gremmy would not let anyone touch it. Slippy Fox pushed in closer and closer with a sly look in his eyes. As he came nearer, Gremmy pointed a long finger at him and said a very strange word. At once the fox began to grow smaller and smaller. "Oh, he does have magic! He said the magic word, and see how the little fox is now!" cried the rabbit. "The fox is no bigger than a mouse!" cried Chatso the squirrel. The little fox was angry. He shouted, "I know some tricks too!" Then he leaped high in the air and reached for the wonder ring. Slippy Fox did not get the magic ring, but he did knock it out of the gremlin's hand. At once all the animals began to look for the wonder ring. "Where did it go?" asked Spot the fawn. "The fox must have it," said Sniff the bear. "I think the raccoon got it," said the sleepy old pelican as he closed his bill and stretched his wings. The excited little gremlin shouted at the whatnot animals, "Give me back my wonder ring! Give it back! Give it back! I must have my wonder ring!" The animals looked at each other, but no one gave Gremmy the magic ring. At last the fox said, "Now you have no more magic than we have." "You will see, you will see," cried Gremmy, jumping up and down. Then he put both hands on his little horns and called out another magic word. At once he began to grow bigger and bigger. The frightened animals began to jump and chatter, but the sly little fox caught the gremlin's jacket and held it until he was again as big as a fox should be. "Look at me," he cried to the other animals. "Perhaps I have magic too." This made the gremlin very angry. He chattered more magic words, and the whatnot shelf began to shake and turn. The big world seemed much farther away now. You will see who has magic, cried Gremly as he grew bigger and bigger, and the whatnot shelf shook more and more. Oh my, what is the matter? Everything is topsy-turvy, cried Greenback the frog. And he was right. Everything was topsy-turvy, even the whatnot shelf. In another moment, all the little animals slipped off the shelf and went tumbling down toward the faraway world below. Gremmy alone now, on the whatnot shelf, rubbed his hands together and said, Now I shall go. I'll follow them all over the world. The one who took my wonder ring will soon wish that I had it back, and that he could go home to his friends. Some day I will have my ring again.